Right, so this is one of the weirder things I've had to make recently. And this is a carbon filter with a fan in it and a controller in it. And it is to filter the smell out of a loo in a camper van. And so the idea is that it sucks air in one side, pushes it through the filter and out the other side, and it doesn't smell like poo anymore. Anyway, this is how we did it, and hopefully some people also that live in vans may or may not find this useful, interesting, or vaguely entertaining. So, let's go. We need a circle. I really didn't draw that off straight, did I? Okay, so I want this to like transition from the pipe into a big bit. So I'll take a chunk out. Made this quite a tight fit for this piece of copper pipe, and it tapers out into the size of the fan we need. But because it tapers, what we can do is we can flare this end of the pipe out and push it through, and that way the pipe can't come out if you were to pull or yank on the piece of pipe that's going to be attached to it. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to flare the piece of copper pipe. Okay, to flare the copper pipe, I've got a metal spike. And what we're going to do is we're just going to hammer around this edge back here, and it's just going to stretch the metal enough. So anything below this line really we want to stretch, and that will make this circumference bigger. And so the copper will accommodate that by tapering itself. So you'll see this is 22mm drill bit we used to drill the hole, and it doesn't quite, it just about goes inside the copper pipe because it's 22mm bit, but it doesn't rattle. Whereas if we put it in this side, there's a rattle because we've stretched this edge. And what we're going to do is now, just to make sure it's round, I'm going to push it all the way down on here, and that will guarantee that it's round, and we will have a nice round taper. Getting off might be a problem, but we'll see. And so when you're trying to get a round taper, you want to make sure that the gap at the top edge is even all the way around. You hit the narrowest side. And that looks pretty good. You look at concentric circles. People are very good at it. Sure. And now we've got a nice round flared taper on the end of this. What we can do is, look at this. This won't fit in here. Yeah? But in this way, put it in this through the reverse side. It does fit, even if it's a bit tight. And can you still see it on that block? You can. Great. Down? we've got a really tight connection that, I mean, you'd probably have to hammer it out both ways to get the thing to come apart. I've made part 1. It's got the pipe for connection, it's got the fan connector, and it's got a filter in it to filter out any particles that get sucked up, or bugs for that matter. And then we've got the fan, and this connects in here, and it's just a friction fit in here, so it means you can take it out and inspect the various bits and filters, but it is a very tight friction fit. You have to get the fan and the block precisely lined up for it all to fit. And so the next bit we're going to do is we need to build a box for the filter. Okay, so this is our filter medium, which appears to be a activated carbon block that I was supplied with to make a thing to fit it. And it's not foamy. It looks foamy, but it's not. It's quite firm. But for the fan, it's a little bit big. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it in half and then stack it in front of the fan. And nice and tightly, and that way it should hopefully be okay. Okay, so I've got all the pieces cut. That's going to go in there. And we're going to have a block like this. Like this, so that then the fans can go on here. And in theory the fan will blow air through it. I think it might be a little bit long, but we'll see. It's only got to push that much air through at any one time, so the filter restriction shouldn't be too bad. And then this end we're going to do some form of locking mechanism so that we can get in and change the filter. Okay, final bit. We're going to make another one of these that goes on the end of the filter box. And the only difference between this one and that one is it's going to have the tapered slot on it so that it can just slide on and off so you can change the filter. Got me activated carbon filter. Get that stacked up. Fan all the way in there, maybe? Somewhere in there. And then this. In whatever orientation you want, really, because it's a square hole. And you push this all the way in, like this. You got a nice filter that goes all the way through. And you then take the outer, which has got shaped outlets, screw it together. Okay, so we've done a quick change on this. Got a new controller in. This side of the box is here, but we're going to do removable so we can get in and out of it. And open to go. You've got the on-off button, you've got the speed controller knob, which we might put something bigger on, we'll see. And then it's all good to go. Fan goes in here, power goes in here. Can't be much more simple than this. Okay, so now it's done. I'm not going to bother painting it because we're trying to keep costs down and it's going to live in a cupboard, so it doesn't really matter. But, so we've got, if we do a quick disassembly of it. So this is the inlet and it's got a gauze in here. And that's to stop any bugs or sawdust getting sucked into it. And then we've got the fan, a tiny fan. And then inside this box, this slides up here like this, comes off. And then in here we've got a carbon filter that's really black and actually really hard to film. Better? Sort of like that. And then obviously this slides back on so that's so you can change the filter once a year. These two connect together. There's an extension lead as well for it, and then this white cable is the main power. I suspect it will get its own fuse and stuff in the van, whoever's installing it. But this is it. So again, thanks for watching, and this was definitely a weird one. And if you would like to subscribe, that'd be great. And if not, then if you liked it, leave a like, and if you didn't like that, then leave a comment about why you didn't like it. If you've got any other ideas of how to stop poo smell in your van, then leave it in the comments below. Other people may or may not find it useful. And I will see you all next week. Bye!